Hi friends, and welcome. On today's program, Miss T and I are headed up to see our good friends Eric and Sue Lund up at Esnagami Lodge. Now if you're a frequent flyer, you already know we go up there every chance we get. In fact, it's become somewhat of a tradition for T and I to spend our anniversary up there fishing, and this year, thankfully, is no exception. This is in fact one of T's favorite places on the planet to go, and it doesn't hurt that it has some of the most dependably great fishing of any place I've ever been. So we got in the truck anxious to get up there, and I should tell you, joining us on this trip is our pro staffer Dan Fox and his friend Elisa DeGier, and together we're going to back off the go pedal just a little bit, enjoy some of the scenery on the way up there, but believe me, we're going fishing. The Lake Superior shoreline is hands down one of the most picturesque, one of the most vista-filled trips anywhere on the North American continent. There is so much wildlife, so much scenery, so many gorgeous things to see. Just the trip up to Esnagami is worth the price of the ticket. What truly amazes me about this drive is T and I have done it literally dozens of times, and yet there still always seems to be something new.
Free as we'll ever be. Just as free.
It is truly a remarkable trip, but like I said in the beginning, the closer I get to the lodge, the closer I get to that lake, the less I think about being a tourist, and the more I start thinking about getting in that boat and catching some fish. First evening of fishing here at Esnagami. Tina's in the boat, so the rest of us really are just kind of window dressing, but there's one there. First fish of the night. Oh, and that's a good one too. That's a good walleye. That's a good way to start a fishing trip as any.
So they're pretty shallow?
He's been out a little bit. Look at that. Can you hear the butter sizzling? Got one? Oop, missed one. I can already hear the frying pan talking to me. Welcome back to Canada, you said, Tina. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Welcome. Whoa, there's another one. There's a double. I'll put this one back. You bring that one in.
No, you said they were over there.
Who said that? This is why you come to Esnagami Lodge, right here. You want to keep this for shore lunch, or you want to wait till tomorrow?
Wait till tomorrow.
All right. Well, then come here. You're the lucky fish. Tina says we'll wait till tomorrow. See you, lucky guy. The bite was definitely on that first evening. Every time I looked around, somebody had a fish. If it wasn't in our boat, it was Eric landing one or his boy Liam hauling one in. We were catching so many fish, having such a good time. This is, like I said in the beginning, exactly what the doctor ordered. This kind of fishing is definitely a big part of the reason that we come here.
Nice fish.
There's one. You got yours?
Yes.
That's two more. Another double. Oh, mine's really big. Nah, it's not that big. Probably only 23, 24 inches. Look at that. Another Esnagami double. Alrighty. Let me just keep yours out there. Let me discharge this soldier right here. Oh, almost too big to hang on to. Look at that. That nice? Yeah. You want yours.
That's okay.
All right, bring it over here. Can I have? I'm not sticking my hand in there. You're not fooling me. There we go. Yeah, 7 minutes. Not too shabby. Oh, hit him again. Uh-oh, fish on. Another one. You can't catch this. I don't have one. What are you doing? It's not fair. It's not right. It's not equal. Oh well. All right. Swing that one in. Oh, that doesn't count as a fish. Not by Esnagami standards. It's like half a fish. I'll give you 2.5.
It's a fish.
It's a fish. That first evening flew by in a blink. We caught, I don't know, 20, 30 fish. Who knows? We had a great time. We shared it with great old friends. 5 fish in 12 minutes is, it's pretty good. And the only thing I can remember about it, other than it was definitely great to be back, was this is one of those nights where I know I'm going to wind up wishing it wouldn't get dark quite so quick. That first evening was just what the doctor ordered, and I want to take a moment to thank Liam Lund, Eric's son, for showing us a couple of his favorite spots. We had such a good time, folks. That's the way it always is, I've told you before. When you get to a new lodge or camp, all you really want to do is get out and catch some fish. Waiting on a trip like this is kind of like waiting for Christmas, at least for me. When it finally does get there, I head straight for the presents. Over the next couple of days, despite the rain, we did get a chance to get out and fish with Eric some.
Isn't that terrible?
It is a little bit scary.
It's just predictable. And there's another one over here. Look at that.
Go ahead, I'll wait for you.
That's all right. I got this one in.
How did you do it?
Uh-oh.
You know what a guy told me once?
Hiding it is not going to make it any better.
I know.
Guy told me once, don't lift those by the line, it'll break.
Yeah. What contest line are you using anyway?
6. It's a
Okay, now
little
you
light.
tell me.
It's a little light.
That was just like that fish right there.
I wouldn't know.
Well, I told you didn't get the good guide.
Yeah.
But it was nice of you to wait for the camera to come, That was pretty stellar. That's a classic Tina move there.
Thank you.
Well, Eric, did you want to go ahead and tie another jig on there for me? Thanks, buddy. After helping with a couple of minor repairs, Eric fired up the motor and moved us a little farther down the shoreline. That's one of the other great things about fishing here at Esnagami. Even if you tried, you couldn't get around to half of the great spots to fish.
This place looks familiar. Yeah. I think I've been here before. We no sooner than got back to it, and T had another fish on. It's pretty predictable with this girl. However, I will say not everything was going perfect.
What are you doing?
Had a fish.
You do not.
Oh!
You got no fish.
Had a fish.
You got no fish. Uh-huh.
I did not have anything to do with that
Oh,
one.
yeah, you're bailing.
I did
I
not
got it,
touch
Kyle.
the line.
I got it. I don't
I
know
did
what
not
he do.
put
What
the
did he
bait
do?
on.
What did he do?
He spit out my minnow.
Oh, I meant your guide there. Oh, that good, huh?
And then, just to make T feel better about losing
Look
her.
at that. I had a fish. I learned this from my wife. I had a fish.
And if that wasn't bad enough, then she did it
What
again.
happened there? Hey. Hey. What are you doing? We're going to eat bologna sandwiches if you keep doing that.
Losing your
Oh, he's
fish?
back again.
Throw it back down there.
Let her go
Still
down.
hitting it.
Let her go down.
Yeah, as I say, they're down there. I'm telling you. Don't be throwing away our lunch so cavalierly there, girl. There's lunch. Perfect. Hey, I'm hungry.
Perfect size right there.
That's it, too.
Well,
What are you doing?
sorry.
Sorry. You're eating
I had my lunch already.
the bologna
I had my
sandwich,
lunch
buddy.
already.
He does that a lot.
And then, as if that wasn't bad enough,
With that kind of bait, you got to set the hook pretty hard.
There it is. Where it was. You gotta set the hook, girlfriend. You just heard it somewhere. Didn't a guy in Canada tell you once when them fishing that kind of bait, you gotta set the hook?
And I've listened to him how many times?
Yeah, you know, you listen to all the men in your life. I know.
Darn.
no, T doesn't take instruction very well. But on the other hand, she's definitely not a quitter.
Talking about.
That's a hook set.
That's all right. The guide's out the back of the
I was
boat.
going to say,
You got a
but
hook
knocked
there.
Eric out of the back of the boat, but that's okay. Look at that. It's just a cute little walleye, but you managed to convince him. I didn't know there were walleye that small in this lake.
There aren't.
Who said there was, right? Nice hook set, Tina.
Throw her over on-
Nice hook set.
Thank you.
You see what I mean?
Another fish.
Yes.
Again? Some more? How are you doing this?
Oh, I have no idea.
There's another one following it right there,
Yeah.
right behind it. Is it all right to put this one back? You know, I've been accused
Just
of...
checking.
Just checking.
Yeah.
All right.
And yes, Eric is somewhat trainable.
There's a reason that never leave the dock without rain gear is guide rule number 1. It can certainly rain on any trip in Canada, and while it's not much good for television equipment, it can be some of the very best fish catching weather of your whole trip. So don't waste any of your days just because it's raining. Don't sit there in the lodge if you can help it. And speaking of helping it, the Lord certainly helped us some when on the last night the clouds parted, the sun started to come out. We jumped in the boats and headed out for one last great evening, and I'll tell you, friends, from beginning to end, this place, well, there's a reason we go there.
Headed out for our last couple of hours of our last day, I couldn't help but think, rain or sun, wind or calm, it truly has never mattered. In the springtime, the summer, the fall, we have made so many tremendous memories here. Friends, it would be downright unreasonable to expect that it could get any better. And then, in true Esnagami fashion, of course it did.
There's one. I think it is. We'll see here in a minute. It feels really heavy. Oh, yeah. This is an after-dinner fish. Oh, yeah. This is enough to feed us all dinner. Oh, that's a walleye doing that.
You don't want to come up, huh?
He didn't want no part of me. I don't even think he likes me. You know the truth? He acts like he wants to get away. Look at that.
Where'd he go?
Don't you break off of there. Look at that. That ain't 30 inches of walleye, but I bet it's 27 or 8. See, no way I can get that. Nope, my hand ain't big enough. That is a big walleye. Whew. I couldn't fit him in my hand, couldn't get him in the boat. That's what we come out for. Them giant walleye in the evening after supper. Man, that. We was going to throw them back anyway. Perfect. 27, 28 inches long. That fish is so big I couldn't put my whole hand around it. Oh, well, we'll just have to catch another one. Know what I mean? That's a big old good one right there.
That fish had so much girth, was so big around, I couldn't keep it in my sizable mitts. And on most trips, losing a fish like that would be crushing. But on this night, friends, it barely rated us so.
There's another 24-inch fish. Easy. Look at that.
I think I'm gonna get a net for this one.
There, slide him over here. I can get
Oh,
him.
I get it.
In the net.
In the net.
Almost don't have enough net. Nice.
Nice.
That's 2 great big walleye in like 5 minutes after supper. This place is amazing.
Fantastic.
Want me to get that off?
Yes. Thank you.
Beauty and the Beast.
This is definitely how you want to close out your last day in Canada, your last chance to walleye fish for maybe a whole nother year. And it wasn't just us. Elisa was catching them. Dan was catching them.
Ah!
Of course, every time Dan or I would hook one, Tina would immediately hook a bigger one.
What do we got? No, I think you got a big fish here, girl.
Ooh.
I think you have a... I think he thinks he's a big fish, if nothing else. Oh, yeah. There's a dandy, Walter. Hi, Walter. Welcome to supper.
Oh.
Actually, that fish is way too big to eat, but...
Well, let's see if we can get him in the net. Oh.
There you go. Nice.
Thank you.
Good job. Look at you.
That was fun.
You think?
Uh-huh. Let's see if we...
Just after supper.
Just after supper.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to get the hook out of him.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you think?
I like.
I like. Put it back.
Okay.
Oh, just about ate your jig again. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right.
The steady tick of our trip clock was already banging in my head, but we weren't done, not quite yet. I looked over, and just as Dan was lifting a sizable whitefish,
A whitefish? Oh, excuse me. There's a fish. Oh, yeah. This is a better one. Oh, there's 23 or 4 inches of walleye right there. Are you done? No. Come here now. Come here. I'm going to let you go. I promise. Yeah. Ugh. Look at that. That's another dandy walleye. You are some lucky fish, I tell you what. I don't know how you get off. We already had supper. We got plenty for shore lunch tomorrow, so back you go. It's almost criminal to throw back, but when you're catching this many, who cares? You know? How many fish is that just today? 100? Conservatively? Maybe more? I don't know. And I'm not talking fish, I'm talking fish and bigger. This is truly the reason you come to Canada, the reason you come to Esnagami Lodge. And I'll tell you what, friends, you give Eric or Sue a call up here, they're going to take you out, show you the exact same thing they showed T and I, Dan and Alyssa. It's just one of those things. Great people, great fish. There's just nothing better. There just isn't, except for like maybe one more. Pardon me, excuse me. I have to go back to work now. What? I'm working.
only 3 fingers of sun left above the horizon, and still the fish were coming.
That's another big walleye.
Yes. Be nice.
There you go.
Okay.
Dandy fish, girlfriend. That's easy, another 24. You can put it back?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Got enough? You want one more?
Oh, one more.
One more is
Uh-huh.
okay.
You see, it isn't just me, and Eric wasn't even in the
There's a
boat.
fish, hon. Oh, yeah. There's a good fish. Yeah. Oh, I think he's headed for Manitoba. Well, not the biggest one we caught tonight, but it is just as pretty as any one we caught. I don't know if you can see the sun on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. Give me that back. You don't want that. I know you don't. He's ready to go. They're still biting. Tell you what. It's 9:15. And we are still catching them. What's that guy got? What do you got there? Chub? Sweet.
And then the sun did set, and our last day was finally over. Almost.
Well, there we have it. A double. The last two pieces of bait. The last few minutes, the sun is setting, and we got 2. There's my fish.
Right there. There's yours. What a perfect way to end the day.
Yes, it is.
You ready to go home?
I'm ready.
Ready to get some sleep?
Yes.
All right. Well, tell your fish good night.
Okay. Good night.
My fish over here, he's being good. Well, he was until he got around your fish. It's all about who you hang out with. Look at that. A double.
Come here, you. Look at there. That is a good way to end an evening as I know. Congratulations and thanks for a wonderful day. I'll tell you what. It has been dandy. He'll be here when the next folks come. Well, let's collect up them other 2 and head for the barn, eh?
Okay.
I don't know about you, but I could use a little rest. I got kind of an ache and we caught a lot of fish today, girl. It's incredible. Every time I come here, I think I've seen it as good as it can be, and then somehow or another it gets better. They got another fish on too. It's time to go home. This is just nuts.
Rain or shine really didn't make any difference. This was one of the very best walleye fishing trips Miss T and I have shared in years. We caught so many huge fish, had such a good time. I truly want to thank again Dan Fox and Elisa DeGier, certainly Eric and Sue Lund, Liam and Rowan, everybody up at Esnagami Lodge for helping make this some of the most memorable days of our entire season.
Darn.
Tastes fishy.
That, friends, is walleye fishing Esnagami style. What a tremendous trip. I had such a great time, and I truly need to thank again my very best fishing, and for that matter, everything else partner, Miss T. We've shared 34 years of great adventures and storms and tremendous sunsets, and they said it wouldn't last. A happy anniversary, T, and I look forward to doing it 34 more times. Hey, friends, if you get the chance, go up and see Eric and Sue Lund, all the wonderful people up at Esnagami Lodge. If you want some great fishing and great memories of your own, they're going to take you out and show you the very same care and fishing and accommodations that they showed us. And who knows, you might just run into us back up there. We're headed back to do some bear hunting this fall, and I hear the big pike are starting to hit the big lures, so you know, it won't be long before I'm headed back. Hey, I hope we see you up there. I hope you're tying into a big old Walter of your own, and if we do, well, you know we're going to stop and share a shore lunch, a fire, and a cup, and if we don't see you up there, friends, well, then I'll look for you right back here, where we'll share another adventure from my wilderness journal.
Thanks again, Eric and Sue, everybody up at Esnagami Lodge, and happy anniversary, T. The journal is underwritten by